Hi everyone, today we are going to be making ladyfingers. It's a vegetable Indian dish where we use a vegetable called ladyfingers and we add it into sauteed onions. It gives a very nice flavor. Again, just like the bitter squash, it does have a little bit of bitterness to it, so it's important to cook it down really well before mixing it within the sauteed onions. So we've added in, we're making the ladyfinger dish today. It's an Indian dish. We've added in mustard oil into this pan, probably about 2 teaspoons of it. And we have onions chopped up ready to go. Here are the ladyfingers. They're also known as Acura, or not Acura, sorry. Or is it accurate? Okay. And then this is what it looks like before it's chopped, and it typically is on the plant, and it looks like this. So this is what it looks like after we've chopped it up. This is how we want the dish to look. Here we are adding in the onions into the dish, and we're going to saute those onions down. So we'll probably do this for the next maybe 15 minutes. We're just going to get these nice and caramelized before we add in the vegetable. So we've added in a little bit more of the mustard oil. We use 100% pure mustard oil, and it is very good for your health. Here we're going to chop up a few more of the ladyfingers. Here you can hear the onions are starting to crackle, which just means that they're caramelizing. Just like the bitter squash, the ladyfingers are very bitter in taste, so it takes a little bit of effort to really cook them down and to give it a nice taste when mixing it in with the caramelized onions. Alright guys, we are back. So into the caramelized onions, we have added in chopped up potatoes, 2 peppers, and we're just waiting for the onion at this point. So the pepper we used, so really thin peppers, these are really spicy, chopped up and added to the dish. As you can see, onions caramelized, we're going to add in ladyfingers. Here. Ladyfingers are size. It's it looks like this. It's a little too, I think, it won't give us the right flavor. The whole seeds, but this is a little too. So we add like the really small pieces of the ladyfingers cut up into this round. There we go. And it usually has a little bit of fuzz on the side, kind of like a peat, and it's really sticky. It has a really sticky texture to it, so it's the inside has that really sticky consistency. It has seeds on the inside and fuzz on the outside. So the onions are starting to caramelize. We will probably look here in maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. It can attain a color to, the onions can attain a brown color, the potatoes up a little bit. This over the stove for maybe another 5. So we have added in the fingers. The onions are nice. They're not coming out a really dark caramelized color. It's a little different. The bitter squash, the onions, so we want to keep them a little light in color, as you can see. So we have potato in here. We have the ladyfingers, onions. I'm gonna mix it all together. And like I said earlier, we use mustard oil. I've never actually seen that available at the grocery store, but you can get it at any grocery store. So it has this color to it. It has a really nice yellow color to it. It's very healthy. And so we add initially, we saute in instead. By cooking the fingers down like this, a lot of bitterness of the vegetables down, and that sticky consistency, that sticky residue, a lot of the times that ladyfingers have when you chop them up, it goes away as you cook it down. Alright, so we're going to let this down for maybe another 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and show you guys how it should look. So as you can see, potatoes are starting to really crust there on the ends and getting that really nice red color. Alright guys, so the ladyfingers have been cooking for now maybe about 5 minutes, and we're getting ready to add. Alright guys, we are back. So into the caramelized onions, we have added in chopped up potatoes, 2 peppers, green peppers, and we're just waiting for the onion to caramelize at this point. So this is the pepper we used. 2 really thin peppers. These are really spicy. So 2 of them were chopped up and added into the dish, as you can see. And so once the onions caramelize, we're going to add in the ladyfingers, which are right here. You want to make sure the ladyfingers are small in size. It's not a good idea to add something that looks like this. This is a little too, I think the word is ripe. And so it won't give us the right flavor, and there's seeds. Alright guys, we are back. So into the caramelized onions, we have added in chopped up potatoes, 2 peppers, green peppers, and we're just waiting for the onion to caramelize at this point. So this is the pepper we used. 2 really thin peppers. These are really spicy. So 2 of them were chopped up and added into the dish, as you can see. And so once the onions caramelize, we're going to add in the ladyfingers, which are right here. You want to make sure the ladyfingers are small in size. It's not a good idea to add something that looks like this. This is a little too, I think the word is ripe. And so it won't give us the right flavor, and there's seeds. I think the entire thing has seeds, but this is a little too ripe. So we typically add like the really small pieces of the ladyfingers cut up into this round shape. Hope it focuses here. There we go. And it usually has a little bit of fuzz on the outside, kind of like a peach, and it's really sticky. It has this really sticky texture to it, so if you touch the inside, it has that really sticky consistency. It has seeds on the inside. and fuzz on the outside. So the onions are starting to caramelize. We will probably check back here in maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. So that it can attain a brown color to, the onions can attain a brown color along with the potatoes softening up a little bit. So we're going to leave this over the stove for maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, so we have added in the Ladyfingers. The onions are nice and brown. They're not a really dark caramelized color. It's a little different from the bitter squash, the onions. So we want to keep them a little lighter in color, as you can see. So we have potato in here. We have the Ladyfingers, onions. Gonna mix it all together. And we, like I said earlier, we use mustard oil. I've never actually seen this readily available at the grocery store, but you can get it at any Asian grocery store. So it has this color to it. It has a really nice yellow color to it. It's very healthy. And this is what we add initially to saute the onions in. By cooking the Ladyfingers down like this, a lot of the bitterness of the vegetable goes down, and that sticky... Okay, so we did forget one ingredient to mention, that we added the fenugreek powder to the dish immediately after, and we're going to mix that into the entire dish. And it's looking really nice. You can see that the onions are getting darker along with the Ladyfingers. So we'll continue to mix that all together. As you can see, we're almost done with this dish. Alright guys, it looks like we are done. This is how it should look. Has a very strong smell to it. You can have this with like a tortilla. You can, I would suggest you can have like a regular tortilla you can get at the store. If you can make one, even better. But this is how you will serve it, right off the stove, and it's really good for you. So enjoy, guys.